we're all doing well today. Sorry for the camera view, if you will, here. I should be home in about 15 minutes, so we can swap over to the other. That's why I need my buddy Chattanooga Ed, because I don't want to be playing on the phone and driving. But, so we've got a couple of super chats. We've got a 99-cent one. I think that's from Grumpy Mike's, if I had to guess, judging off of that. Then we had a $2 one. I think that's Daryl Deamer's picture I see there. Or $5 one, excuse me, green, $5. So thank you for those. I hope you all are doing well. Pardon the exhaust in the audio. I hope it's not too loud. Trying not to use the gas too much. So I appreciate you all being here. We didn't want to not have the stream, but it has been a wild week ever since, I guess, ever since Tuesday. It's been a wild week. Of course, Monday night, the Steam Thought stream, you know, we found out about the fish tank sale. So bought a bunch of those. I think we ended up with 31 of those. Have to be picked up within 5 days. So Tuesday, Miss Fever and I went and picked up a bunch. Again, sorry for the exhaust. Miss Fever and I picked up a bunch. Wednesday, I had to go to 3 different stores to pick up another 16 tanks, which is what's behind me, because Wednesday was also the day I needed to go to Chattanooga Ed's. Let's see, no, he's still not backstage. Let's see if we can mount that right there. I thought I had my fancy window mount. That should work, at least for a little bit. You can see the worn out back side of my steering wheel cover. But so I went and picked up tanks in Chattanooga. I had to pick one up on the way out of Knoxville because it was the opposite end of Knoxville. Then I went to Chattanooga, picked up some tanks, and then went out towards Ed's house and picked up some more tanks. Got there, was helping him get ready for, of course, Kenny E. from Danica Aquatics, who is probably lurking if he is listening today. I have a feeling the phone's about to flip down. So got there, helped him with getting his internet fixed in the fish room, all those good things. Of course, Kenny got there that night, hung out with him, slept for about an hour and a half, took off down to Florida to see Father Fishing. You all know most of the rest of the story. We're going to talk about that tonight. I knew I was going to lose y'all. I caught you. Sorry about that. We'll just do this right here. But so yeah, it's been hectic, and now I'm trying to get back home. I still have no Ed behind the scenes, so he might have taken a nap. If anybody sees Ed, tell him the link is in the chat. I also texted to him. But it's been fun. I've got a bunch of fish here that need to get acclimated. I thought about doing the stream from Ed's house, but I have like an hour and a half drive from his house to mine. Got a whole bunch of fish, a whole bunch of tanks that need unloaded. I've got to set some of them up for these fish. Just a whole lot of stuff to do, and I'd like to get to see Miss Fever today. So we've got Lori Victor, Redfish, Bluefish, Bill Witt, Grumpy Mike. So then we've got a lot of other people. I'm attempting to drive safely, so apologies if I miss you. Like I said, I've got maybe 15 more minutes until I'm home, depending upon this boat in front of me. So, and I will get back and address all the super chats when I get to the house. And y'all will even get the party poppers and the glasses and all that fun, goofy stuff that everybody tends to enjoy. So, it's been interesting. You know, it was an amazing time. It was an adventure as always. You know, getting to meet Kenny and then getting to hang out with him. The upside to it being such a long drive down to Florida is that we got a lot of time in the car together. You know, 2 days in a row. So we had a lot of good conversations, got to know a lot about each other, which, you know, you kind of know people, you get to know people fairly well that you talk to on YouTube. But you really get to know people when you meet them in person and spend 20 hours in the car with them. So that's been a blast. I hope he is doing well and being safe. He's had a lot of driving going on, but he's to a point to where he gets to do some resting after tonight, and then he'll be fresh for the road again, so that'll be awesome for him. I know Lisa Perez, I see some member emojis in there, doesn't actually show them to me, but stream there and chat. Say Creek Aquatic to Amy, how's it going? Color Guppies, welcome, good to see you. I don't think I've seen you before, so I appreciate you being here. This is not the normal stream typically. We've got a nice setup going on. You'll get to see that here in just a minute. Plus, I usually have my buddy Ed with me, so I hope he's okay. I hope he's fine. I imagine he is. He was at his house when I left him. Then Ginger, thank you for being here. So yeah, and we've got fish. We've got lots of fish. We went by Aquatic Aesthetics earlier. Of course, we met with Bob, and I was kind of waiting until Ed got here to talk about what we've done since the last live stream from the hotel room. But today we did meet up with Bob and Susan from SLC Aquatics. Drove up to have lunch with Kenny, Ed, Bob, Kayla, and myself. Then all of us went and hit a fish store, and then Susan headed off with her husband, and the rest of us went to Aquatic Aesthetics. Again, huge shout out to them. Awesome guy down there. Love that little store he's got down in Chattanooga. So I got, of course, even more fish that I need to get home and get acclimated in the tanks. I've got a lot of fun ahead of me. The rest doesn't probably start till next week, but most of you all with fish rooms know that. Hey, Maria Z. Scott's Aquatics. Good to see you all. So basically, Miss Fever has been kind enough, since we ended up with over 30 new tanks, she's been kind enough to volunteer the living room area to build a racking system. It is going to be for the better racking amongst other things. And I'm not going to tell you all exactly how we're going to do that just yet, but it's going to be really, really nice the way that we're going to be able to do it. But there are some things, including, building an actual wall, some backsplashing work on a kitchen counter. There's fun stuff like that needs to be done before it starts getting turned into a fish room. The good news is that wall is going to back straight up to some plumbing. So I think we're going to be able to set up a full auto water change system on all of those tanks. That's going to be really nice. If anybody sees Ed in the chat, collected fish still alive. So, yes and no. The ones that were collected the first day are doing really, really well. The second group, not quite as well. Ed's got everything at his house now. We didn't want to stress him anymore by splitting them up and moving them around. But they didn't take too well going straight from that water into the car. It was just, I think, a little too much for them in one day. But we've got some, and they're going to make babies. They are very prolific breeders, so that should be awesome. And it's good to see you, Father Fish. It was so amazing getting to meet you and getting to go collect fish with you and just talk to you. So I appreciate you taking the time to do that. Got an amazing shop down there, and just it made me miss Florida. It made me miss Florida a lot. So I've got some nets ordered on Amazon to do some collecting around here. Can't do quite what you're able to do. Can't do nearly what you're able to do. Still no Chattanooga Ed, but we can still do some up here. Darlene's tanks, how's it going? So yeah, I should be home in just a couple of minutes. I thought we were going to have my buddy with me. Somebody call Ed and make sure he's okay. Danny Kid, Kitty E, I hope you're being safe, my friend. I still haven't gotten home. I'm working on it. Basically, when we got back to Ed's house, I took a couple of the tanks that I just purchased, which I just told you that story, but that I had purchased from Petco. We set them up so that we could get the fish into there that we collected in Florida, get them kind of de-stressed, get some fresh water on them, try and get them, acclimated to the water up here. So there was a tank breakdown process today. I had to go in and break down the tanks that we set up for those fish, get those fish bagged up and bucketed up. Fortunately, I got the good old co-op air pump running over here on this bucket. It's doing a phenomenal job. I actually bought a sponge filter at Aquatic Aesthetics just to throw in there instead of that air stone, because I needed to get another sponge filter anyways. I should have ordered some on my co-op order I just did. We shall have an unboxing of that. I think I've got like 3 unboxings to do when I get home. going to be a really busy week. But it should be some really awesome stuff that you all enjoy. Let's see. So yeah, so for the most part, everything's doing good. The Achilles and the Vundulus and Abusea and that are all doing well. Ed's got the mollies at his house. He's going to take care of them and nurse them back to health. So we should be good, in good shape there. And if y'all haven't checked out Father Fish, do me a favor, check out his channel. He was an amazing host this past weekend for Daniken Aquatics, Chattanooga Ed, and myself. If you haven't heard about the shenanigans we got into down there, and we've got some more stuff to talk about. We've got day 2 to talk about still. You can check out the Thursday Aquaholics Anonymous stream if you're looking for something to watch at a later point. That was Daniken, myself, and Ed in the hotel room for 2 hours on that stream. We went over kind of what had happened up to that point. Father Fish and Daniken both got some awesome video of me looking like a kid at the candy shop, splashing around in the water with a big old net, doing some wild fish collecting. So I know a lot of people got a kick out of that. Like Kenny at Daniken Aquatics said, I was in my element. It's hard to get me out of there when she let me in. So, but it was fun. It was so much fun. It still really hasn't sunken in yet fully. I was just in Florida. We woke up, and yesterday we woke up and had our toes in the ocean. And then, today woke up in Tennessee. And not too long ago, Daniken was over in the Pacific. So, he's been all over the place, and he's still got a lot more places to go to. We're almost there, and then we can switch over to the studio setup at the house. Almost there, maybe 3 more minutes. But look at all these tanks back here. We've got 16 tanks. We've got a lot of 10 gallons. We have got 220 highs and 3 29 gallons in the car currently. And so many tanks, we got to stack them on top of each other. 31 people in here. I am sorry that it's not a better show currently, I'll put it that way. Normally I try and hold it to a little bit higher standard. Oh, we've got Chattanooga Ed is calling us. I'm going to call him back on the other phone because I think it'll kill my stream if I answer it on this phone. So, let's see, maybe he's a guest now. Nope, he's still not a guest. Alright, hold please. Bear with me, folks. Actually, we're just going to wait a minute. I'm about a mile from my house, and then I will call him. We'll get it all set up, and we'll get on with the show. We'll still have over an hour left to go with the full setup for you all to enjoy. So I see somebody saying something about their nephew and collecting in Florida. Hold on just a minute, and I will get back to that. Being safety first. I just didn't want to make you all wait. That's a horrible thing to do, to have y'all just sitting there waiting for a stream that's scheduled to start. We're not about that. We make it happen one way or another. Here's the scariest part of the entire trip with all these tanks. I have to do a U-turn and then go over a bunch of big speed bumps. So, get this guy off of my backside, off of my bumper. Let's flip our U-turn without flipping any tanks over. We're going to let y'all look at the tanks while I do this. Oh, did they stay? I think they stayed. We got some speed bumps. Almost there. Then we'll have an awesome show. Hi, Chattanooga Ed. I was just about to call you on the other phone. I've dropped the link in a chat a couple times, and I also texted to you. But I'm within a minute of being in the house and being able to send you the link off the computer, and then we can really get the ball rolling. This has been a little bit different. Right? This is not the typical stream, so hope y'all enjoyed a little bit of variety. Nothing else got a laugh out of it, maybe. Oh, here's speed bump. Oh, goodness. Always scare me with all the glass in the car. We'll also have better audio and video once we get in here. Dragonlair, how's it going? Bill Witt says, great haul on the tanks. Thank you. Yes, I was couldn't pass it up at the price they had them for. $6 and change for a 10-gallon, less than $13 for a 20-gallon, and less than $20 for a 29-gallon. I mean, how do you pass that up? I don't know how, obviously, or I wouldn't have all these tanks. So here's what I would ask you to do. 35 people watching. If you will bear with me, I'm going to kill the camera feed just so we're not showing the entire world where I live. I'd hate to have to hurt somebody if they decided to pull up unannounced. All right, I am still here with you. So give me just a minute. I'll be in the house. I'll get Ed the link. We'll get back in the chat. We've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about still, and we've still got an hour and 12 minutes by the time you all hear me saying this. Cool, so the fish won't overheat during the stream. I hope I still have you all. Okay, it looks like I'm still got you. I had a connection issue pop up. Brad, Mr. Fish, sir, says, can I on room tank hangover dresser and be okay? Yes, it can. It most definitely can. Watch mind your limitations, if you will, when you do it. Hold on a second. Did you say rimless? No, Aqueon rim tank. So yeah, as long as it's got the black trim on it, you should be good. Let me get my computer fired up here. We'll send sorry, I was reading Aloha Jesse. We will send Ed the link, and we'll be in business. Studio lights on. I'm not putting on my makeup today, folks. Sorry. We got tanks in the way here. Oh, goodness. All right. I'm going to get you all set up, and then I'll get my lights turned on. Again, apologies, but we're almost there. I've got to put my Ethernet up. There we go. All right. We're close, folks. We're close. HC Aqua, Jesse, it's good to see you, my friend. StreamYard. Let's get our buddy Chattanooga Ed a link. How about that? We're almost there. Almost there. All right. Invited guest. I'm going to drop a link directly in the chat. Chattanooga Ed. All right. That StreamYard link is for Ed. And I'm also going to send it to him on Skype real quick. That way we can get him up here. And we'll be rocking and rolling. Paste. Hey, let's get Ed up here.
Hey, guys. That has been a crazy last 30-some minutes. James was able to get the Wi-Fi in here to work, but he never programmed my phone. And so it took me a real long time to figure out how to get the phone working. Then the Skype isn't programmed into the phone, so I was downloading that, and it was just crazy. And then I thought, I wonder if he's just live. And so I came in. So I'm sorry, folks. And now I don't have chat up, but it is so nice to be able to see everybody. And we had such a great time. I don't know what James has been saying for the last bit, but we were going to tell our tale of the last 72 hours. Is that about right, James? And James may not be able to hear us at all, folks. But I'm just going to start off by saying how it went. Thursday, we didn't know for sure what time Kenny E. from Danikin was going to come in. So I had James. I was like, James, we got to get this hooked up. Or it was Wednesday. And so James came over, and we thought we were going to have to spend all day running wire and stuff. And right before he did it, I said, I do have a booster thing that I bought 2 years ago directly above, but I don't have the ability to turn it on. And he's like, well, let's go look at it. And he looked at it, turned his phone on and programmed it. And so that's directly above me, sending signal down. Took him just a couple minutes with his telephone. Crazy. Well, then we had all day long to have fun. And we played bubble hockey for a long time in the other room. He helped me with my fish tanks. He used the Fritz spray bottles and polished all the tanks for me. That was so nice. He fixed a couple of my filters. He helped me do a water change on my giant Molly tank.
I'm back.
Hey, man, we had so much fun. Or I had so much fun before even Danikin got here. It was awesome. Or I've been calling poor Kenny Danikin all week long also. But, okay, so I didn't want to be a spoiler, and because I missed what you were saying earlier.
Go for it. I didn't tell him everything. I told him kind of what had happened between getting back and trying to get to the house and setting up tanks in your house and having to break them down to come back home. So,
okay, well, that's all the crazy stuff. I'm just going to talk about the fun stuff.
Absolutely.
So but James helped. James is such a good guy. He helped me clean and everything else around the house before Danikin got here. And I think he came in at 6:45 or 6:15, somewhere between 6 and 7, I think. And I said, why don't you come down? We'll talk. And then I'm going to take you to this place called the Monkey Brewery, because the Scope Monkey trials happened in my town. And that was the thing about evolution in schools. But we won't get into the history classes. But I know that he likes IP beers. So I figured they're a brewery that makes all these different beers. And we talked we talked so long, we didn't even realize what time it was. The time just went, and so we went from 7 or 6:30 to almost 10 o'clock before. And so I said, oh my gosh, we got to get over there before it closes. So we get to the bar, and they said, it's 10 o'clock, food is closed. And so I have Kenny out for the first day, and I don't even feed him. I felt horrible. Well, I was like, well, you guys are still open for beers. And they said, well, yeah. So we sat down and we had beers for an hour and talked. Then we came back and we're talking. And then Kenny said, oh, I got to go live and tell everybody I made it. And poor Pam, we think we messed your stream up. And then we realized midstream what time it was. And I missed Bob. I missed Dan. And I missed Pam. And as soon as we realized that it was Pam's time, we were like, oh, we got to get off here. But it was just crazy. And so then after we realized, oh, we stomped on poor Pam, we got to get off. So we got off. And then we kept talking outside. And I was like, guys, we got to leave in an hour. So we came in and took a 45-minute nap. I woke him up at 3 o'clock. Pam may have been still going at 3. We went outside because the guys like to smoke, and I lock us out of the house. we got back in, got on the road, and it was originally we thought it was going to be 9.5 hours. I think it was 11.5 hours because they were doing a lot of construction in Atlanta that was took us forever just to get through this one little stretch. But it was a wonderful, wonderful time. It was worth every minute of it. It was great.
What he didn't tell you is I'm not a beer drinker, so I had to indulge in other things, double strong and double tall. So that was
so
a
that
very
made me
interesting
sleep
life.
in the car.
I slept for about an hour and a half once we got on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
But it was so much fun.
It really was.
Kenny, I don't know if Kenny's still here. He's been moving like a crazy man all over the country. But he was such a blast. And, it was also fun talking to Danny on the phone because, they're communicating and you want to talk, but it's like, well, they probably need to communicate since they're married and haven't seen each other for 3 weeks. But we made her laugh, and that was always wonderful to hear her laugh. And, but so I got us in the car and we're down the road. You want to add to that?
Well, real quick, I want to address these 2 super chats that I couldn't properly get to in the vehicle. So Grumpy Mike's fish rolled in first off with the super pooper chat for $1, Grumpy Mike. Thank you. I appreciate you. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. And then we got Daryl Deemer came in with the super chat. See if it'll show me what it said here. I think I might have read it, but it's not going to show me what it said, which is weird. Normally there's a chat there. Daryl, if you're still listening, just put it in the chat and I'll read out whatever you said. It's not showing me the text on it. But thank you for the $5 super chat. And hold on a minute. We're back in business, boys. Party time up in here. It's been a while. I got to find my stuff here. Hey, Multi-Tank Addiction, Punchy Paints, Mary Page Flynn. Where is it? Aquarium Treasures. Thank you for being here from Florida. Of course, Anakin, Darlene, sorry if I missed some people earlier. I'm not going to go all the way back through everything and delay this any longer, but I appreciate everybody being here, and I'll say some hellos as we go through. But thank you very, very much. And I think we're caught up. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting start to the adventure. And then, like I was telling them earlier, it's something, hey, Fish Dreams, it is really something, getting to spend 20 hours in a car with somebody. You get to know them pretty well, pretty quick, within like a 2-day time span, that much time together. So that was fun. Yeah. And we got up and we were out like about by 3:30 or 3:45. We went to the local McDonald's and we ate then. And then we didn't eat the whole time there. We just drove like crazy. Yep. And we finally get the Father Fish's, and his place is so cool. It is. The front of the building, well, he kind of lives in a tourist town. So the front of his building's like a tourist building. And because it's all painted real neat. Then he has a boat, and the boat is the pond. He's filled the boat with water and has plants coming out. It is so cool. And do you want me to just keep going? Or? Yeah, go for it, buddy. You don't often get to go on the long talks like I do. I'm enjoying listening to you talk about it. I know how I felt about it. I want to hear you talk about it. Well, so we get in there and we're just absorbing it all, and it's awesome. He has old school pet store. He's got the tanks that are he lives by what he preaches. He has the sand beds that have the soil under them. It's all really cool. We get in there and we're like, let's go out to eat because we were all starving. And he says, well, first I've got some work for you. And he pulls out this box of plants. And he says, this is about 6 hours of work for one person to plant. Because I don't know if it was 300 plants. I don't know what it was. It was a good bit of plants. We all got basically 4 big bags of plants and bulbs and then went around. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping. And we did it, and I loved it. It was so much fun because that was fun to be able to place. I was trying to put all the plants in the back real pretty so that way you'd be able to see the fish because that's what he's trying to sell. And James is like I was kind of making farms. and James is putting like 4 in this one and 3 in this one. So I was not. I was putting them together. The kabamba I separated because it was just floating.
Well, what else did you put? Some in one tank at the top and some in another at the bottom. Those pretty ones that kind of had the weird stuff.
No,
to
I
it.
put everything else in the same tank for retail purposes, if you will.
Oh,
But
okay.
I was doing like a stagger step, so I would do like one, and then I would offset the next one that was closer up, and then offset that one. So I had rows that were kind of offset. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, when I looked at your stuff though, you probably had leftovers then from another tank from past plants.
Yeah, I didn't go and find the same plant in the tanks. I went for where's the most high visibility areas where we can sell the stuff and put the pretty stuff on the end caps and retailed it pretty much.
That's so funny because I could see some in this tank and then 2 in this one and then the one I thought you were going all over. Okay, well that explains that. I had too much fun this whole time, and you got to remember 45 minutes of sleep.
Hey, Fish Pappy.
And but it was so funny because Kenny is a cichlid guy, never does any plants. Danny is the farmer in the family, and he went to town. He's
Oh, we've actually got a special guest that just popped up backstage. I will take that special guest anytime. Little surprise for you and Ed and me. Hey, Father Fish, how are you?
Well, hey guys, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sitting at home listening to this conversation about your trip, and it was such a joy. It was so much fun having you. We tried to keep you as busy as we could.
Oh, yes.
You did a great job planting the plants.
Well, thank you. We
You
appreciate
didn't talk
that.
about Kenny. He had his own technique. And that was pretty cool too.
Oh, goodness, yeah. It
So
was
I
fun.
sold plants. I sold plants all day today.
Awesome.
You guys did really good.
Good deal. I know we bought quite a bit from you before we left because they were just
You did.
beautiful plants. We had to
You
get some.
you don't know how important that was for me. I was really hurting that week, and you bailed me out.
Well, I'm
So
glad.
it made a big difference to me.
Well, you bailed me out because I needed lots of plants.
Exactly.
Look it up. I got all these tanks that I got to put plants in.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole mess of them.
Well,
And
that's
there's also
great.
a bottom row.
Yeah, you did real well. I went back and looked for some of the plants that I needed to sell, and they were all gone.
Oh, that's
So
great.
that was great. Well,
I
I
love
just
hearing
need to order more, so it's perfect.
Hopefully, we didn't put any in a tank that had fish that would eat them all.
Look at that. Yeah, that's nice. Well, I just wanted to stop in and tell you how much I loved having you guys. It was wonderful. I wish you could have stayed longer, but we had a real great time, and we just thoroughly enjoyed having you.
Well, we enjoyed being there more than you know, probably. Like I was a kid in a candy shop when you turned me loose with the net in the water. So.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, that was great. Well, thank you so much for coming down and visiting.
Well, Father Fish, before you go, this guy is a professional, isn't he?
Oh, you
Amazing
bet. You bet.
everything.
Well, I appreciate that. I do. You're going to make me blush here. Thank you, gentlemen.
Take care, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Father Fish. Oh, and I have got a video. Oh, look who we've got here that just popped up. We'll do that for Father Fish there. Kenny E. from Denigan Aquatics.
What's going on, boys?
Hey, brother. How are you?
I'm driving like a madman trying to get to my next destination.
Dude, I understand. I'm going to use the disclaimer that I stayed within all speed limits, but I got home in a hurry for this stream trying to get out of Ed's house.
Well, you guys know how I'm usually conservative. I've been a little bit more less conservative this trip. I got to get to Arkansas, so I'm picking up the pace a tad.
There you go.
Now, Arkansas, I would watch the cops. Just throwing that out. Because you got real Yankee plates on.
Yeah. That's a fact.
I know that a family member of mine got a ticket because we were driving through Arkansas with plates that said Land of Lincoln years ago. And that was about the only reason why we got the ticket, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, they don't get much more Yankee than Illinois, I don't think. I heard you guys talking about my planting techniques. What's wrong with my planting techniques, man? I didn't have time for all those.
I was hungry.
I think you did an amazing job, and that maybe we got you a little bit closer to setting up a planted tank, hopefully.
Yeah.
I tell you guys darn sure gave me some motivation to do it, that's for sure, seeing those beautiful tanks of Ed's.
Oh, his tanks are amazing. And now you got those guppies that are on the way to your house or may already be there, so you could do some nice planted stuff in their tank and not have to worry about cichlids tearing it up.
Well, unless Danny's already done it. If Danny has already done it, just yank it out and throw it on the floor and say you're starting over.
He said that. I didn't.
I'll show her my technique, right?
Yeah.
It reminded me of hair plugs.
But Ed, I don't know how I'm going to make this journey this time. I don't have you making me laugh every 10 minutes. So it's been a long journey up to this point.
Isn't he awesome to go on a trip with?
Both of you guys are. You're bantering back and forth and the talking and I mean, seriously, my gut is just now recovering. Then I go on your stream and you make me reminisce about everything. It's just going to be laughing all over again.
And we've just started.
Yeah.
We're only the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, whoops, I got
anyway, guys, I don't want to hold up your stream. I figure I'd come up and give you a hard time real quick.
I don't know. I appreciate you doing it. You stay safe, Kenny, okay?
Thanks again, guys. I had a ball.
Just give us a call, okay?
All right, dude. Yeah. You guys have a good one. Thanks again.
All right, brother. Thank you. Be safe.
Bye-bye. I can't wait till the next time you visit.
Oh, neither can I. I think you guys are going to have to come to Oregon. That's what's going to have to happen.
Well, maybe if you come back for maybe Christmas or something.
Winter? What's Tennessee like in winter?
It's not bad.
So you don't.
It snowed 1/4 of an inch, and it was 58 degrees. So it lasted about 10 minutes.
I can deal with that then.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. Well, I'll let you guys get back to your stream. You guys take it easy.
You too, my friend. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he's going to visit his aunt right now.
Yeah. If you don't know Dannigan Aquatics, I just want to say go check out his channel because he's been doing all sorts of live streams from all across the country. And then he's going to have some really nice edited videos of all these fish rooms that he's been touring, including the one that you see behind Chattanooga Ed there. So be sure to check him out if you don't know him already.
That'll probably be in 5 months from now because he has so many of them.
He's got a lot. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and it's not going to be fair because he went from Lucas Brett's to mine. Oh, well.
You don't give yourself enough credit for your fish room. I think people can see that simply from what little bit they see behind you.
Well, thank you, but I'm no Lucas Brett.
Well, none of us are Lucas Bretts. Psh.
Well,
there are very few people that are on the level of Lucas Bretts. So,
yeah.
But so we got the plants planted, and then we headed over to eat, and I'll let you take it back from there.
Okay, we asked Father Fish because I'm like, you always ask the locals where to go to eat.
Yep.
And we wanted fresh fish. And hopefully that didn't offend too many of you. Seafood. Actually, I didn't eat any fish. No, I did because I ate some of Father Fish's fish. And that sounds terrible. But he ordered hogfish.
Yeah, he had hogfish, and he gave us each a little piece to try it. Oh, it was delicious.
Yeah, it was. But I still like mine better. I got scallops and shrimp. Fried scallops and shrimp. And when it's fresh, And if I lived there, I would eat probably so many scallops and shrimp, I'd start eating the hogfish.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm there only for a little bit of time, I'm going to be eating scallops and shrimp.
Oh yeah.
And but yeah, that place was really cool. And
I had scallops and shrimps, but I also had fried flounder with it. So I got the fat kid dinner because I wanted to take advantage of it. I was like, I needed my fresh seafood fix. So I got scallop, shrimp, and flounder all fried, and it was amazing. It was too much, but it was amazing. I mean, too much to eat. I shouldn't have gotten that much right before going fish collecting. But
the waitress assumed I would want French fries. She looked at me and said, "Okay, French fries and what?" So then I say, "Well, I'm trying to stay away from French fries because I'm trying to watch my weight." Even I ordered all this other fried stuff, and I said I'd like applesauce and coleslaw. And I got it, French fries and applesauce. But they were still good French fries. That was all right. I just thought that was funny.
What?
And the whole time up there, we wanted to get some diving shoes, or like those like
water shoes.
Water shoes. And so we're looking for Walmarts all the way down. We never saw one. It's like, what are the odds? You don't see a Walmart in 12 hours of driving.
They were all nowhere near the interstate, and we were hauling butt.
Well, you know what? Walmarts are closing at night, so the lights may have been off now. I didn't even think about that. But so Father Fish took us to a real diving shop, and we got really expensive ones, but they are super cool.
They are.
You put them on your feet, and they're like a size or two smaller than they're a size and a half smaller than what I normally wear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this gonna, work it? When you walk into the water, they go, and they don't come off. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're 90 or 95% neoprene. And no, not flippers, but the kind that we got were the really expensive, fancy kind that will fit directly into your flippers if you are going snorkeling or scuba diving. And now I wish, we didn't do, so we'll get to what we didn't do, but I will say if plans had gone according to how we thought they were, I left my flippers that I could have brought with me. And I thought about it after the fact. But yeah, I'll let you tell them what happened, the rest of the story at the store with the shoes.
Well, Kenny and James and I all got the lower normal shoes that look like ballerina slippers. But Father Fish went with the boots. And I really wish I would have went with the boots. And I was like, okay, the professional guy is getting boots. Why aren't we getting boots? But they're still cool. And but the girl, all three of us are goofballs because we're just getting shoes, and they're like, "You don't want snorkels?" Or no, we just want the shoes. So that's what the gal said. Well, I guess you guys are the booty boys. And it was just so funny. I guess he had to be there. I don't know.
We will forever be the booty boys. Father Fish, you, Danikin, and myself.
Yep, it's a team. But then from there, we went and did collecting. And collecting is when you go out in the wild and you go and you use nets, and it's how they like it on River Priaba. They have the natives are catching the Piaba fish the same way, but these are American fish, and that's how you do it. And it was so much fun to learn how to do it. And we go out there. Poor Kenny is so tired. He could barely stand. So he said he was just going to watch us. And so James went in and I went in, and I have a severely bad back. So I went for they said I went 45 minutes, which is amazing to me. But what you do is you put it under this big stick under the giant lily pads, and you pull up because they're hiding under the lily pads. At least that was my technique. And I went all the way down the river, or not the river, this pond. And James is in one spot. And he's just a professional. I mean, he's like all over it. And he fills his whole bucket up. And he's saying, I've got blah, 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 blah. And I was like, pointed. His bucket was sideways. But not any good fish, we don't think, got away. Or
well, Ed wouldn't help me, so I kept having to move the bucket. And at one point, I got in some grass that was a little shady, and so it started to tip a little bit.
Did you say I didn't help?
Yeah, I was just giving you a hard time. You wouldn't carry my bucket for me. Yeah, but y'all were all sitting on the bank looking at me going, are you going to get out of the water anytime soon, guy?
No, I was just, I couldn't keep doing it. My back was just killing me.
Like
But it was really neat. Father Fish was there, and he was doing a live stream. And Kenny was doing a live stream. They didn't know that they were both going to do one at the same time. So that was funny. And but Father Fish has an assistant named Frank, and he's a collector, like a professional collector. And like he was saying, yeah, I was out here getting some of these fish last week, and there was a 4-foot gator in the pond right over there. And I just thought that was kind of funny. But he named every single thing that I caught. It was so cool. And the ones that I wish I could have gotten, I think they said they may have been some type of sun perch or perch.
So I'm not going to play Kenny's video, but here's a still shot for one of the videos. I got in about up to my beard, like the bottom of my beard got wet.
And what none of us realized, everybody's in shorts that day, except for James. And I don't think anybody realized that James is in jeans.
You're darn right.
He's in jeans with the water probably above his beard.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you've ever been cut up by barnacles or oysters or, there's stuff in freshwater too. But that was a big thing because I'm like, I don't know if we're going salt or whatever. But if you've ever gone into the mud and the nastiness and then stepped into a cluster of oysters and had your legs sliced open, you'd understand the jeans.
Okay. Well, he was amazing. He looked like a professional. He was pulling them out left and right. But he also got the net that worked. My net was broken. But it was good that yours worked because you were the much better guy. So.
Well, thank you. And Daniken, I appreciate that. Daniken said I could play the video, but I'd rather you all go check that out when you get a chance because he's got a 33-minute video and it has Ed in there collecting and me and Father Fish. And it's got a whole bunch of awesome stuff. And then like Ed said, Father Fish also has one. I didn't mention that one first because it's primarily of me, so I didn't want to be, too big-headed. But the Father Fish one has got, I think, the shots of me getting in like up to here in it and, about going underwater. So check both of those out.
And Father Fish has gone collected many times on his streams, or I don't know if they're streams or videos. I've watched him do it. I don't know if he's live or not.
I think he's done both.
Okay.
I believe.
And so you can watch him, and he's a professional. But man, James was tearing it up. James could move down there and have a job tomorrow as a professional.
Don't let Miss Fever hear that. She might chain me to the fish tanks or something to keep me from being tempted.
Oh, I thought you might be saying that she'd be pushing me out to go do the job.
She might toss me out and just keep the fish tanks. I don't know.
We caught a red jewel. And that's an African cichlid, right? It's not it's an African. A jewel, or is it a
I thought
ruby?
Jewel cichlids were Central Southern America. I could be wrong. I'm not.
Well, nevertheless, it's
person.
not native. Was it a ruby cichlid?
I don't know because y'all kind of had that discussion up on the bank, and I heard it once after the fact what it was called, and it was.
And my back was so sore, I wasn't paying too much attention of anything either.
Chevy Fish says, I'm lucky my pants stayed on with the underwater pulls on them. Yeah. So I wear and Father Fish said, yes, it was the jewel is African. All right. Thank you, Father Fish. Okay. Appreciate that. Cool. But I wear a nylon tactical belt with a nice metal latching double clutch buckle or clamp, if you will. So that keeps my pants on, thank goodness. But yeah, otherwise, it's a good way to lose a pair of pants.
I wore swimming trunks that I pulled it tight and then I tie in a bow. And when I was trying to take them off, I ended up pulling it the wrong way. I made a knot, and I'm always paranoid that my swimming trunks are going to come off, so I pull it super tight. Oh, that was hard to get off. But never mind. I digress. But
there we go. So they are a stream and river. They're not a lake cichlid, but they are an African streams and rivers cichlid. Thank you, Chris. Multi-take addiction. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, Chris.
And Dan.
Yeah, and it's too bad, Chris. Chris, you should have come along with Kenny. That would have been a fun one for you, man. But so I mean, a lot of people are throwing, and there may have been other fish that aren't even native that we were catching. I know we caught a lot of mosquito fish, and there was one that was really cool that we didn't catch, and Father Fish was kind enough to give 4 of them to James and 4 to me, and I've got them up in this. Oops. That tank.
Father Fish, what was the name of those 4 fish? I don't remember. And I know Ed's not any better with Latin names than I am. So
I've been saying Formosa all weekend long.
I forget exactly what the Latin was. I think there are several types. I want to make sure I get the right one.
No, honestly, I think I was trying to say Formosa, but I wasn't pronouncing it correctly. Oh, no. That's a hard word.
There we go. I'm going to screw it up, but I'm going to say Elisoma evergladi, or evergladi. But now I can take a picture like Ed's doing, and then I can do some more research on them to set up their habitat.
Well, one of my goals in the fish room that you guys don't see right now is these are all metal racks. And so I'm getting stickers from all these YouTubers that help me get these fish, one, by giving them to me or finding them like with other fish. And I'm going to put their sticker next to the name of the fish or plant that's in the tanks. So that was important. And I'm thank you so much. Formosas are tiny live bearers. I hope I got a Formosa. Well, wait, did we get Formosa or the?
I think it's different. I think the Formosa is the thing that
Oh.
everybody was trying to catch the first day, and I think Frank caught one, but it got away.
Oh. Well, maybe we'll have to go back down to Father Fish and buy some Formosas from him.
We definitely need to get back down there at some point.
For sure.
That's one of those you need. Hey, oddball, what's going on? That's one of those that you need more time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, so we had so much fun collecting that day. We get back to the hotel room. Oh, I guess we talked. Oh no, we did a live stream.
Yeah.
And we were so tired before the live stream because this was all wearing us out. And the live stream was so much fun with Kenny. It was like our adrenaline was pumping, and then we ended up staying up way too late again, didn't get enough sleep, and we were back at it. It was such a great time. And I totally rearranged that whole hotel room. They had like couches and a rollaway and stuff, but I rearranged it so it looked like a studio. But I wish I could have swapped the beds to the other side just to see what the maids would say if we rearranged it just the opposite.
We thought about it. We were very much tempted. The 3 of us together is even more trouble than just Ed and myself together. I tell you that much.
It was so much fun. It's great to see you, Haley.
Streetwise, thank you. Good to see you. I saw you say earlier you were lurking. Streetwise says that was one of the best live streams ever. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We've put a lot into Ed's like rearranging furniture with me, and I'm turning lamps sideways to try and get lighting.
Oh, he had one flat on the ground straight at us.
Yeah. Kind of like a spotlight. Father Fish said, no, that was the Everglades darter, and I caught 2 of them, so I'll have to check out that. I'm going to have videos of all this stuff. I've got to get them in tanks and get that set up. There are going to be videos of all of the fish, of course, after the fact. Miss Fever saying, more trouble, is that possible? Yes, it is. It is possible. The 3 of us together could definitely get into some trouble.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. Dan says my fish room looks great. And I bought a whole bunch of kabumba from Father Fish because it's like one of my favorite plants for fish or for guppy fry. And when I was checking this tank out, it was the tank that I already had. It's almost 3 foot long in strands. So I started, because afterwards, like I wish I would have bought more from Father Fish. And then I just started cutting that and putting it in other tanks. So,
Well, we got some other things from Father Fish too.
oh, we got a whole messy fun stuff. It was just a great time. So the next day, we were planning on trying to collect baby seahorse, or not, pygmy seahorses. And I think, what are the sea toad fish? Toadfish. And
It's either toadfish or stonefish. I don't know.
no, it's toad. It's toad. I'm pretty sure.
Well, they were both, but yeah. And pipefish was the other thing we were trying to collect. We weren't trying to catch the toadfish, I don't think.
And none of it. Oh well, James does have saltwater, but it's just a giant eel.
I do.
But we were just going to do it for Father Fish, and so I think he decided that he didn't want us just doing work for him, so he took us to this place that was they originally thought it was the Fountain of Youth, or one of the Fountains of Youth. It was a mineral spring, and Father Fish said that, one of the original explorers, I think it was Portuguese or Spanish, Cortez, was it? Maybe it was Cortez, was looking for the spring, and that was what they thought it was. But it's really neat because all these Russian tourists come and sit in the springs, and they've like made a pool for them to sit, and they don't sit where all the fish are, but like bajillions of green mollies, sailfin mollies were in there. And that time my back was really sore and I just didn't want to go down kind of the cliff. So I said, you know what, let's just you two do it and I'll videotape. And it was awesome. They did a great job. They caught a bajillion of them. Well, not a bajillion. That would be all of them. They caught like 100 or 150 or something.
Quite a bit, yeah. And there were some Gimbu's mosquito fish in there as well. I want to get to this real quick so Miss Fever doesn't beat me up. Miss Fever sent a $2 super chat. Thank you. Love you. She did that because she has designed some new stuff and she wants people to know about it. She did Kenny has seen it. Danica, I showed him last night. She's got some new cichlid merch on there that she's designed. So that's why she did that. She said, check out the new merch on FRF's Teespring. So thank you, Miss Fever, for doing an amazing job on the cichlid shirts. You did a great job. Absolutely love it. And because Beth says, just a giant eel. What? Yeah, so in my saltwater tank at the house, I've got an almost 4-foot Tessellata eel. Hello, Melvin. I think I said Lori Vinker hello earlier. I'm almost positive I did. If not, hello. If I did, hello again. And where is it? There. Main tails for ant fins is here. I always throw the S's in the wrong spot. Glad you're okay, Jess. I'm glad that y'all got through the weather down there.
Oh, for sure.
But I'll let him go because we've only got 30 minutes and we're nowhere near halfway through the adventure.
Oh, that morning before we went over to see Father Fish, we went down. I'll try to speed it up. We decided to go. Oh, our hotel had continental breakfast again. You don't get to put as much stuff as you want, but the chick that was doing it gave you a whole bunch, so I was pretty happy.
And she would give you more if you ask. I did. I was like, can I just have... And she's like, yeah, absolutely.
And you see, I was nervous because I was thinking, oh, man, they're going to have bacon. Because whenever you got bacon in a buffet, I pile it.
He does.
And I didn't want to tell her I want 20 pieces of bacon, but I would have. But luckily it was sausage, so I only got 3 pieces of sausage. But if it would have been bacon, I would have asked her just give me it all because I love bacon. You just can't get bacon like that. But okay, so that was really fun. We went down to the beach, and it was really cool that the hurricanes came because it was giving us some great waves. And I know it probably wasn't great but for us, it worked out good because the waves were a lot bigger than they normally are on the beach. And I mean, it wasn't dangerous. It would have been great for boogie boarding, but nobody had a boogie board. But so we had a really good time at the beach. I was upset because I wore my stupid wallet in my swim trunks, and I wouldn't have cared about my dollars getting wet, but I got my LRB stickers from LRB 2 weeks ago, and I stuck them in my wallet, and I never took them out. So the whole time I was thinking I'm going to ruin my stickers. So I never got in too deep, but Kenny and James, they got wet and had a good time. So then, and it's Venice Beach, and it's known for its shark teeth. And I saw a shark tooth, and I was going to wait for the wave to go out. And when the wave went out, it was gone too. It's like, okay, now when you see a shark tooth, grab it as fast as you can. That's my tip for the day. Okay, so then we get done with that. We head back down. Father Fish is like 3 or 4 blocks away from the beach on the main drag. We go in there, and that's when he took us to the hot springs. Then from there, he took us to this really cool river where they used to shoot Tarzan movies. And it was just beautiful. They had a banjo player and an accordion guy going. So James shot some video. He was interviewing Father Fish, and it sounds like he has a music track, but it's actually these guys playing music.
Yep. It's about a 5-minute video. I think I cut it at 4 minutes and like 57 seconds because it was filmed in 8K. So I'll downgrade it to 4K so it's a little bit easier for people to watch. But it's really awesome. Father Fish was kind enough to tell us a little bit about the Mayaka River and kind of the history of that area. And like Ed said, it's got that music built right into it. So I think you all will enjoy it. It gives it a real at-home feel, I guess, if you will. It makes it so much more original than any soundtrack I could have ever found to put with it. So,
and then Father Fish let us be on a live stream with him with that day. And Father Fish has a super cool chair, just like James. I have got to get a chair. I'm on, like, look at this. I'm on a chair that you'd find like in an ice cream parlor or something.
He doesn't even offer ice cream when you go to his fish room. Whack.
Well, but I got a freezer before Danikin came for my fish room, so I could have some for you.
Ooh.
But okay, so I got to get one of those super cool Father Fish room fever chairs, and somebody else has a super cool chair too. But so we did that, and then Father Fish, I said, I'd like to buy some of your plants from you, Father Fish. And he said, just go around and collect whatever you want. And so it's like I just kept throwing stuff in a bag, and that was real cool. So I bought a bunch of plants from him, and I bought a wind chime for my mom because she loves that type of stuff. And then he threw in a second one, and it's like, you can't throw that in, but it's super cool. So I'm going to put that somewhere in the fish room. And it's angelfish. The one looks like maybe trout, and the other one's angelfish. And I'm going to let my mom pick which one she likes better, and then I'll put the other one in here somewhere. So that was super cool. James bought some megalodon teeth from Father Fish, and Kenny bought some coral from Father Fish. So that he's got a lot more than just fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
he's got everything.
And I bought the boys' shark's teeth too. That's a Booty Boys memento. We all got some shark's teeth from Father Fish there.
That was very cool. And Father Fish also, he has like this giant where's trying to find somebody. Lefty. What are those things called that you put birds in that's like all air?
Is it an atrium?
Yes, good job, Lefty. So it's like filled with parakeets, and it was so cool to see all these birds all over the place. That was cool. He says he normally has more types of birds, but because of the cova, it's been harder for him to get other birds. He had some quails in there, but it's just awesome place. And then he let us scoop, and we thought we were trying to collect for him, and he just wanted us to collect for us. So we scooped up the fish and we flew back. We got home, I don't know, at 11 or 12, somewhere in that time last night. Did we do a live stream last night? I don't know.
No, we didn't. I don't think we did one last night.
Hey, Dr. Black's here. Good to see you, man.
A bird aquarium. I like that.
Yep. And I can't wait to start seeing Dr. Black again live. I've been missing like his streams for like the last 2 months, and I'll probably miss for like another month because I do something special with my dad that night every week. So I'm sorry I've been missing you, Blackie. Love to see you here. But so we did that, or no, we got home, and then today we got up. Kenny
Aviary.
reviewed
Okay.
Aviary.
Here we go.
Good job, Zen. The whole time I thought it was.
Oh, those people Googled it. It's been like 5 minutes. They had plenty of time to figure it out. If they knew right away, they would have said it right away. They get no points.
You're supposed to be nice to the mods, but okay.
I love you guys.
Nevertheless, so we came home, we hit the hay, we wake up. He interviews me, and most of my fish are still asleep. It's kind of pathetic because I'm normally up real late at night, and so my lights are up early or late at night, and so my fish lights don't generally come on until late afternoon. So like all of these guys were sleeping. My puffer was sleeping. A whole lot of the fish were sleeping, but they got up by halfway through, and we did a real nice time there. And hey, Tiffany White, great to see you. And we didn't realize, but it was like 10:10, and we said, "Oh, well, can't keep looking at things," so we just took off. But I mean, he did a pretty good shot of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And we took off, drove all the way there, and what we did is we had a meetup in Cleveland, Tennessee. That's where Bob Kaler's from. And I picked my favorite restaurant. I did. I picked this. It's called the City Cafe. We've got 3 of them here in the Chattanooga. The food is monstrous. The cake is monstrous. It's just awesome. And Susan and her husband came, and Bob, and then James, Kenny, and I. And we had like a round table, and we just had a blast. It was so much fun. And it was great seeing Susan, and I think it was good for Susan to be there. And it was we just had a wonderful time. And Bob is such a nice guy. He let me have his soup. I mean, thank you, Bob, for letting me take your soup. But my soup didn't look as good, but his looked really good. So he traded. And then from there, we went to some of the pet store, or went to 2 fish stores in town. We went to the Bermuda Triangle, which is kind of one of our more central located fish stores. It got hit by a tornado earlier this year. Tornadoes in Chattanooga are really rare, but this year we've been getting them. And so he remodeled, and it looks 100 times better than what it did. It was
Anakin says he's eating his Oreo cake now.
Oh, awesome. Is it delicious? Danikin got Oreo cake. I got a vanilla strawberry cake. That's my personal favorite. James got the
red velvet. It was not as good as the Death by Chocolate I got last time.
Yeah, and
it's good, but it's not as good as the Death by Chocolate.
Susan's husband got the German chocolate. And then so we went to the Bermuda Triangle, and then from there we headed over to my favorite fish store in Chattanooga, which is Aquatic Aesthetics, and it's ran by Rob, and he's a really cool guy. It's a suburb of Chattanooga. He asked me today to start saying Chattanooga instead of Hickson because nobody knows where Hickson is. But we went there and had a great time, bought some stuff. Kenny did a show did a live stream from there. And I think by 3:00, he was on the road. We're saying goodbye. And it's a bummer when you get a great friend like that, and then you have to say goodbye.
It was very sad.
But you know what? Every time we've had a meetup, some type of meetup or a convention, and I think the smaller the better, we've had some of the best times, I think, of my life, of being able to get together and hang out with people.
That would be my tip of the day. My tip of the day is to get out there and meet some of these fish people if you have the opportunity, because you never know when the opportunity will be gone.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome being able to do this trip and go visit Father Fish, and then it was awesome today to be able to hang out with Susan and Kenny and Bob, and then we've done some of the other Tennessee stuff, and Big Fish Deal was a great fun. That even this fish swap, you guys, if you see an event, don't be shy. Go, if you hear about it, show up, because you won't regret it. But let people know who you are. Just don't stand in the background and look. Get your hands wet. Get in there and have fun. Or dirty. Well, no, I guess since we're fish people, you get your hands
you just found it and you don't even realize it. You were talking about finding a catchphrase. Get your hands wet. Get in there and have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. I think you found it. I like that. Get your hands wet.
Yeah, I like that. But, gosh, I think I was talking too fast. Now we have 18 minutes. You get to fill this part.
Did you get through everything?
I was ripping through it as fast as I possibly. I mean, I even talked about swapping soup with Bob.
Yeah. Well, what he didn't talk about was the looks that all of us were giving him as we're sitting in this, social distancing. Half the tables are closed, and these guys are swapping soup in the middle of everything. We're like, people are looking funny.
Who cares? But Bob had the seafood, not chowder. I would have got it if it was chowder, but it was brisk.
Yeah.
And a lot of times those are really, I want to say soupy, and I don't like soup, really like watered down. And his was like a cream. And it was like, that looks really good. And then I got the chicken noodle, and it looked like something you get out of a can. And Bob was like, well, I like that. And so it's like, swap. So that was awesome.
No, Ed was great when he took a taste of it, and then he put the spoon right back into it, and I said, no, Bob, I don't want to hear. And he was just messing with him, but it was funny. T-Bone, I'll get your question real quick, or here in just a second, but real quick. Chevy Fish is saying, would have loved to have seen us go check out Imperial Tropicals. We wanted to do that. There just wasn't enough time. We spent more time in the car than we really did even down there. But it was amazing. And shout out to Kenny for getting us there and back. It was so cool. But yeah, we had talked about Imperial Tropicals many times when we've mentioned going down to Florida. T-Bone was asking what type of fish do you people own? Own everything from guppies to cichlids to piranhas, plecos. I've got a salt tank. A lot of people in here have a huge variety of stuff. I don't think we really have many people that just have one type of fish.
I have freshwater fish.
Yeah. Well, you have mollies, so you also have brackish fish now too. They could be.
So I've had mollies for a long time. But yes, you're right.
But yeah, all sorts of different things. I would encourage you to check out some of these people's videos, not just ours, but also throughout the chat. We've got a lot of great creators in here that have a lot of awesome different kinds of fish.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Anytime, like I say, if you hear there's an event, try to get to it. It's worth your while. A couple months ago, it was James, Bob, and I. We went down to Atlanta, and we were able to meet up with Mr. Fisher, Brad. I wish Dragon Lair was going to come, but he missed out on didn't miss out, but his ride canceled on him, so he wasn't able to come.
Yeah.
But that was a blast. It's always a lot of fun to be able to go and do things. And so
I'm going to drop this in here. We've got Aquamate in about 15 minutes, a little bit less than that by the time you see it, but I'm going to drop it one time here, and then I'm sure we'll drop it again before the stream ends, but just that way we'll start warming up for that. Looks like a milestone episode starting in 13 minutes and 52 seconds. Fantastic Freaks with the $5 super chat says, hi guys. So hold on a second. I gotta do this first. I gotta do this first here.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna ask Freaks a question.
Go for
Freaks,
it.
Were you gonna join us in the fantasy football? And if you did, have you sent me your link? Oh, And we'll let James do his thing now. And then we'll go back to football.
Football again. Thank you, Fantastic
Football
Freak says,
again.
hi, guys. Saw your Petco video earlier, James. Got plans for what you're going to put in any of those tanks? So, yes, I am going to use a lot of those tanks for my betta rack. I'm not going to tell you exactly how I'm going to do it, but a lot of those are going for the betta rack. Grumpy Mike with the $1 super pooper sticker coming in there. I appreciate you, Mike. Again, thank you for that. I think we're going to do a couple of the 29s for some breeding projects, maybe a pair of cichlids, pair of angelfish, that type of stuff in some of those. And there will be lots of guppies, lots more guppies, of course. We've got the native fish, the fish that we collected down there. I've got to get them into some tanks. For now, they're going to go in a bigger tank, but eventually I want to get them into some little species tanks. But I don't want to do all that tonight. I want to also let them kind of acclimate to being here before I go stressing them out, chasing them around with a net yet again. So thank you very much for the super chats, but stay tuned. Look forward to that. We've got a lot of stuff, and I kind of touched on this a little bit. I've got several packages over here to do unboxings with. We've got 30 plus new tanks that are coming out, or that, are coming in. So there's going to be videos coming out on that stuff. I will probably even, and I never hit enter to post that, but I will probably even videotape building the stands, just because that's a good thing a lot of people have asked for. Of course, we'll get some videos showing the new fish from Florida, new things we picked up along the way. Lots and lots of stuff. I've got videos that are already uploaded that I just need to release. I think I've got 4 or 5 of those. We've got the Father Fish on the Mayaka River interview, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So stay tuned. I think I've got 20 videos that are going to be coming out just on the stuff that has occurred in the past, 5 days. So I hope you look forward to that.
Okay. Back to football really fast. We're going to do our draft. Everybody keeps asking me when we're going to do our draft. Check out the website. You'll see that we're going to do it on Labor Day. I don't know what time for sure. If there's a particular time that's bad for you, leave a message in the forum on the fantasy football page. And we still need the 2 people. Fantastic joins us. That's awesome. Oh, Austin. Okay. That's cool. And then we got today is the 29th. And does that mean there's a little more than 2 days left in the month?
Indeed.
And does everybody know what that means?
Lefty knows what that means.
Yep. Project Annabelle. Oh, did he say that before I started this?
He did. Thank you, Fantastic Freaks. Yeah, they've already got, they're dropping links and everything already. Thank you, Fantastic Freaks, for the $2 super chat. You didn't have to put that to say that, but I appreciate it very, very much, my friend.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to get on the internet because we've been driving so much. So I will get on that as soon as we're done with the stream. We still need one guy. Check me out on Facebook and ask for an invite. But let's go back to Project Anabantoid. We've got 2 days left. Last time we had 20 people asked to do it on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yep.
Don't do that. Just enter it after the show. Go and just take a picture of your betta in the corner and post it. And they put a link out there where you send it to that Facebook. They make it so easy. Well, and you got nothing to lose except it's all about being cool and having a lot of pride and show off your fish.
To clarify before the mods yell at you, to actually enter the contest, you want to email entries to projectanabantoid@gmail.com. Lefty has thrown that up there. We're going to pop it on the screen. But we do still encourage everyone to post, because we also want to have a place where people can come in that maybe they aren't familiar with bettas. I can't tell you how many people the past month that are new to bettas and they don't know, necessarily proper betta care. Or, maybe they're interested in grommies or paradise fish. We want people to be able to come in and meet a community that specifically enjoys those things already. And we can talk more about those things with each other, and we can help new people that are coming into those types of fish. So we still want you to post on the Facebook page, get involved there. Because because there's some fun stuff that goes on. But to officially enter and be eligible to win prizes and have your things judged, email entries to projectannabantoid@gmail.com. Go ahead.
Yep, do it, and it's worth it because it's just a lot of fun.
It is.
And if your photo of your video you don't think is good enough, we're still, it's still cool to be able to share, and nobody will make fun of anybody, and you never know. You might think it's crummy and it's actually awesome.
Yeah, hi, Susan, Fish Fam Mom. It was good to see you earlier. I appreciate you making the drive up.
It was great seeing Susan.
Very, very awesome. Real quick, are you done on Anna Bantoid, or are you?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I kind of thought you were, but Stephen the biologist says, I'm amazed at the variety of fish and species I have seen. Some of the awesome YouTube creators keep and breed. Some species I have only seen a few times myself. Some really cool channels in here. Yes, absolutely. There are some amazing people on YouTube keeping some really awesome fish. We've got some Karis fish here in the fish rooms. There's some really cool stuff out there. And, there are people that are far more into it than myself. There are people on YouTube here that have fish that are no longer available in the wild. So it's amazing the things you can find by checking out the fish tube community.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So much great content.
Absolutely.
The Fish Fam is like the fish club for people that aren't in a fish club or that want to be in more than one.
Yeah, well, we have so many people on here that have no local fish club, and I see that a lot of times. When we're discussing club events and things, or going to some of the club swaps, that people say, "I'm here because this is my club. I don't have one." Miss Fever said we actually have some Karis fish breeding going on in the fish room too. So I think Miss Fever needs to do a video for that, because that's more up her alley in terms of what those fish are. So if you all think Miss Fever should do a video, let me know. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think she'd have fun with it.
I'm putting my hand up. I think she needs to.
And Tampa Tom Fishing on the replay and CJ Black. Let us know when you leave a comment, and I appreciate you all watching.
Susan, have you already ate your whole raspberry cake? I have.
I'm going to go get on. Well, I've got to get the fish in, and then I'm going to get on my the rest of my piece of cake.
Yeah, that's a great place.
It is. It really, really is. Maddie D, how's it going? Appreciate you being here. Tom Patterson says the CCAC swap on September 27th. I was hoping they were going to do a second one. Hopefully we will be able to attend pending any doctor's appointments that may or may not be taking place.
Yep. September might be a tricky month for me. I'm going back to my cardiologist, and we don't know what's going to happen for me. So hopefully I can get my heart valve fixed. And if it means I have to miss a swap, I'll miss a swap for it.
And I feel bad, but I may have to go back up there without you, Ed. Go see Lucas again. It's hard to pass up a CCAC swap and seeing LRB Aquatics again.
Well, I'll have you pick up me some orange shrimp if you do.
Absolutely. But hopefully you can come with. Hopefully we can go.
And I got some awesome white crosses from Tom, and I know Danikin shot a video of them today. So are they in the video?
Yep. Very, very cool. I've got some as well from Tom, and they are doing wonderfully well. So looking forward to getting some babies out of them in the future. And yeah, absolutely. Moonstone says, Ed, yes, health comes first. We got to keep this guy. Am I pointing the right direction? We got to keep this guy around a while. Yeah, I am. Okay. I had myself covered up with the chat screen there. And then I lost my picture. Go figure. It's been an interesting night tech wise. I don't know. We'll have to get back on track for Monday. I will say Ed probably won't be on the Monday stream. He's usually taking a nap about the time I do my Monday stream. But if you come back on Monday, you're going to get to see another tour around the fish room, which sounds kind of blah because we just did one, except we've got over 30 new tanks and fish from several different states. Actually, probably over 200 fish you haven't seen so far. So you get to see those if you come back for the Monday stream. Anything else to add to that, Ed? We got 4 minutes left. Then we're going over to see Aquamate, who's got a milestone live stream. I'm sure that's going to be a blast. And I'm pretty sure Dr. Black is going to be on there because Blackie said he had to leave to go prep for that stream. So, oh, yeah, somebody said 10 more likes. Let's see where we're at. I'm sure you all are doing an amazing job. Probably more than I deserve the way I ran the stream tonight, I'll tell you that. But Ed's here, so he deserves those likes.
Well, you know what? It was amazing that you hooked up my internet so I can do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I was glad to do it.
Are you proud that I was able to hook it to my phone? It took me a long time because I tried to get on through the computer and it kept sending me to an old link. And so then I did this and was able to work that out. Then it said I had to download StreamYards. And I was like, oh, it's taking so long. And then I was like, I wonder if he's just on live.
I think you went the very roundabout way, but I am proud that you got to the end of the race, my friend. We got 66 people still watching and 60 thumbs ups. You all are awesome. I guess I need to bring this back up here because we've had quite a few really nice people that have thrown some super chats out at us tonight. I want to say thank you to them. While I'm doing that, we will post a link, absolutely, for Aquaman. I'm surprised one of the mods hasn't posted it already, but I'll get right back to that here in just a second. Let me do these thank yous real quick. Of course, thank you, mods, for everything you do. I appreciate you all very much. I don't think you all ever get the thanks that you deserve. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All of the lurkers and listeners, the talkers, the contributors, the questions, the comments, I appreciate all of it. All of you people catching it on the replay. Hi again, Tampa Tom and CJ Black. Appreciate you all. The super chatters. Hi, Nico. I miss your kitty cats, Ed. I do. They're such sweet kitty cats. All right, here we go. We've got Daryl Deemer with the $5 super chat. Grumpy Mike's pooping on the stream with $1. Miss Fever throwing $2 out to talk about her new design she put on the Teespring. Fantastic Freaks with the $5 super chat. Grumpy Mike had to go yet again with another dollar poop on the stream. And Fantastic Freaks threw $2 out there just to let Ed know that he sent a Facebook request to get into the fantasy football, which still has one more slot.
Yes.
One more slot.
Aquamate was supposed to, and so we may not have a slot. I don't know. Okay. He was having a hard time being able to hook up to Yahoo from, I guess, Australia or something.
Gotcha. Yes, we've got links in for Aquamate. Fantastic. I appreciate that. So with that being said, we will go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate you all bearing with us on the technical difficulties and the back and forth. I encourage you to go check out Danikin and Father Fish. Of course, check out this guy's channel. Subscribe if you haven't. We want to get him to 1,000 subscribers. I still think it's crazy he's not there yet. So tell your friends. Let them know about this guy. And again, I appreciate you all. I love you guys. Without you all, it wouldn't have been possible, and I would have been sitting on my butt here at the house all weekend, and we wouldn't have the awesome things to show you and talk about. So thank you again. Ed, I'll turn it over to you to say your goodbye.
Get your hands wet and be happy.
I love it.
I don't know if that's right, but
that's a little different, but we're going to work on it.
Don't be afraid to get your hands wet and go out and meet some. No, get your hands wet and meet.
Get your hands wet and have fun, I think is what you said. But as long as you're playing with fish tanks and having fun with friends, it's all good, right? So until next time, go check out Aquamate next. Keep your fish healthy. Keep yourself healthy. Catch yourself a little fish room fever. Take care, everybody. Love you guys. Bye-bye.